Ruthless MMA's Jace Kunz in the red gloves, Mark Leany out of Empire MMA in the blue. This lightweight bout is brought to you by Comfort Maker, heating and cooling that surpasses your expectations. Comfort Maker, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. First of 12 bouts here tonight at 155 pounds. Jace Kunz back in the Mountain America Center, similar to his debut. Active with the kicks early is Kunz.
Both fighters just filling each other out. Not a whole lot of action here in this first minute.
A little bit of a feeling out process. Finding the range are both of these fighters, both standing 5'8".
And I really like this matchup because both fighters are very even. Same record, same height, similar weights. Like, it's a very even matchup.
Yeah, and they're moving really similar in the cage as well. You can kind of see they're both feeling each other out. Very, very well, evenly matched.
Ooh, nice right hand from Jace.
Kunz has landed a couple in on that takedown. Exits out of it. Now Mark throws a couple of his own. And Jace looks a lot more comfortable in there than he did last time.
He does. He looks really comfortable in there. In fact, out of the two, I'd say he looks a little more comfortable right now than Mark Leany.
Leany in the orthodox stance. Kunz chopping at that leg. Mark Leany doing a little bit more of the same. In the phone booth a bit are the two fighters.
Just that as I say that, Mark Leany comes through throwing a few shots. So
just over the halfway point of round number one.
He just had to shake out those cobwebs while he was waiting for Jace to get in the cage.
Leany's first fight since February of 2022. Both fighters locating a landing spot on that upper leg. Kunz returns another one.
And this is a pretty evenly matched first round.
Peppering in those combinations is Kunz. Leany back up with the pressure up against the broadcast booth are the two.
Yeah, very evenly matched first round.
Mark exits out with a nice shot. Leany knocked out in the first 31 seconds. Obviously surpassed that final 10, round number one. End of round number one in what was, like you have been saying, a very evenly matched fight. Caitlin, your thoughts on Mark Leany, Jace Kunz?
I mean, both these fighters went through the first round. I think it was more of a filling out process. I thought it was interesting that neither one of them took a shot or even hinted at going to the ground. They just wanted to keep it standing.
We're going to get that unofficial scorecard up in just a second. But, Jason, before we start talking about what you gave, I just want to get your thoughts on what you think. I'm really impressed with what Jace Kunz looks like, considering what he looked like in February.
Yeah, I thought he looked really comfortable. He was moving really well, switching stance, leg kicks, throwing some shots. You'll see I gave Jace Kunz the first round 10-9. Leany seemed to come back a little bit in that at the end of that first round. He was throwing some shots. He actually landed some shots, but I felt the duration of the round was controlled by Kunz.
Yeah, Leany did have that good little flurry at the end, pushing Kunz up against the cage. So I don't know if that won him the first round, but it was a good progress like going into the second round.
Both fighters landing clean shots, both having their moments. Round two of a possible three is upon us here.
We'll see if this warms Leany up a little bit.
Furthest either fighter has ever been in a fight, neither ever seen the second round.
There we go. We got some wrestling a little bit.
Leany punches out of it. Kunz back to where his bread and butter has been with that leg kick.
Nice check by Leany.
Finding his home over the top as well as Kunz there in that combination. wakes up the crowd just a bit. He's very active, Caitlin. I think that's one of the big things that he's just been throwing a lot. But so is Mark as he lands a clean one there on the chin.
Yeah, Leany landed a nice right hand there.
I think Leany is doing his best work when he is hitting those flurries in because it backs Jace right up.
Jason, I don't know if you're seeing this, but a cut on the left eye of Jace Kunz.
There we go. Nice takedown by Mark.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see Mark, after that year layoff, you're starting to see him warm up a little bit here in this second round. I think he's felt the punches from Jace Kunz.
Jace Kunz spends a fair share of his time at Half Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Actually just recently got his first stripe on his white belt. Congratulations to him on that. A one-stripe white belt with 2 MMA bouts under your belt. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
Kunz on the bottom, Leany on top.
And Kunz looks pretty comfortable right here on the bottom, which I don't think is really smart in an MMA fight, but in jiu-jitsu it's fine. So I would like to see him try to switch the position or work his way up.
Leany getting to mount on this transition, it looks like. Kunz in a bit of trouble.
We got both fingers and toes in the cage right now. The ref needs to stop that.
Oh, yeah, that is not a good sight right
not
there.
Not a good sight. I don't know if you want your toes in the cage like that. Well, I guess you do if it can give you a little bit of leverage.
Kunz staying busy on the bottom, trying to create some separation. Under a minute to go, round 2.
You can hear Steve Ergo yelling for the Darce. He wants Leany to go for that Darce choke on Kunz.
Does he have the angle for it, Caitlin? I don't know if he does.
No, not really.
But now to that guillotine, the same one that submitted Jace Kunz back in February.
He's doing a good job of fighting the hands.
I feel like Jace could really work his way up right here if he put his back against the cage and started working up.
Starting to crank a neck a bit is Mark Leany. Kunz fighting it. Final 10 seconds. Can Kunz be saved by the bell?
Ooh. Oh, he got the tap.
We will not see a round 3. Mark Leany gets it done.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching Fierce Fighting Championship on YouTube. For more daily content, make sure to click that subscribe button as well as the bell so you don't miss any of our daily fights, podcast clips, highlights, as well as our full weekly podcast. If you want to tune into one of our live shows, go ahead and head over to fiercefightingchampionship.com.